Hello and welcome back to another theme park vids video. Today we're doing part 2 of the best coaster in each county in the UK. I'm going to hit it off quite quick. This will be similar length to the last one, possibly slightly longer. I'll try and get through them quickly. But I thought I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to do part 2. I'm going to get it done. So I didn't want a 30-minute video for the last one. But yes, let's start off. Lincolnshire is the first county on this second list, and that is the best coaster in that county is the Odyssey, which is the Vekoma SLC that opened in 2002. It's a custom one and it's one of the best in the world in my opinion. I should hopefully be riding it this year, not too sure though because of COVID, but yeah, it looks like a great ride, incredibly tall, incredibly smooth by the looks, and I've got to be honest, it looks like a really good coaster. So yeah, that's Lincolnshire, it's Odyssey, the Odyssey at Fancy Island. Then Merseyside is next, and that is Rollercoaster and Pinfari Zyklon that opened in 2017. Not sure on the park on this one, but yeah, there's quite a few roller coasters in this second one, which is a bit boring. But yeah, it's just a standard Pinfari Zyklon. Not very good, those coasters. They're okay. They're a bit rough though. Next up is Norfolk, and a coaster I've personally ridden, and that is Rollercoaster yet again. It resides at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, opened in 1932. It's a side friction scenic railway, I believe. Really good coaster, great airtime on the back, onboard brakeman, classic attraction, and a really good one in that. Plenty of airtime, as I've said. Great views over the sea because it's right next to it, over Great Yarmouth itself. Nice layout, just figure eights the whole way around. A few airtime hills, a few big drops. Quite a nice ride. Drive on it at night last year. Really good coaster. So yeah, that's Norfolk and Rollercoaster. Next up we have Northamptonshire, and this is also Rollercoaster, which opened at Wicksteed Park in 1992 and is a Pinfari family coaster. Not much to say about this one, just a solid coaster, really enjoyable if you like that sort of thing, and not much more to say. It's quite a decent family coaster by the looks. So yeah, that's Northamptonshire, and that's Rollercoaster at Wicksteed Park. Next up we have a mouthful here. We have Nottinghamshire, which is the High Hazel Mini Mine Coaster, opened at Wheelgate in 2003. This looked like a very small kiddie coaster, not the best out there. It looked like quite barren on RCDB from what I'd seen, because obviously most of these I just look at RCDB and see what looks the best. But yeah, it's a kiddie coaster, not much more to say. But then next up is North Yorkshire, which is it's in between the two. The inversion that's opening at Nottingham this year, but then also the one I've chosen, the Ultimate at Lightwater Valley, which is currently SBNO, but opened back in 1990. It's made by British Rail and I think it's British Motion Engineering, something like that went bankrupt, so British Rail had to be brought in. But my God, will it be missed, this coaster, if it does close, because it is such a good ride. And as you'll probably see on a few shots on screen now, it is one of the best, most unique coasters in the world. I'm just saying that out now. One of the best coasters in the UK, top 5 in my opinion, even though I've not ridden it. If it does reopen in 2022, I will ride it, I promise. I need to get out there and ride this thing because it looks nuts. So that's the Ultimate at Lightwater Valley. What a coaster. Next up is Somerset and Astro Storm at Breen Theme Park, an indoor 4-man bob built by Sierra that opened in 2011. Looks like a regular standard family coaster there. I can't really say because I haven't been on it, and it's an indoor coaster, so you can't really say much. So yeah, that's Somerset, that's Astro Storm, the Sierra 4-man bob. Next up is South Yorkshire and Rollercoaster. This South Yorkshire was quite difficult because a lot of them seem to be the kiddie coasters or dodgy. So I've gone with this one, opened in 2006 by the looks, at Clifton Park Amusements. It is a family coaster. The problem with this list is you'll either have massive thrill rides or really kiddie things. You seem to get that in different counties. So yeah, South Yorkshire's Rollercoaster, a kiddie coaster again. Staffordshire, now this is a good one. There's 14 coasters in this county and they're all brilliant. They're all solid coasters, no kiddie things. You've got Troublesome Trucks as the smallest, you've got Shockwaves, you've got Accelerator, you've got Wicker Man, Nemesis, Smiler, Oblivion. But yes, my favourite, as I said there, Wicker Man. The GCI coaster that opened in 2018 at the park, my #1 in the UK. Pure brilliance, pure perfect coaster experience right there. I'm not going to lie, my favourite coaster by a long shot. My next is Nemesis, as you would have seen in my top 20 video. Really enjoy that coaster, but Wickerman is a mile ahead. The night rides are something else. It's such a good coaster, and one I'll love for a very long time. So yeah, that's Staffordshire and Wickerman. Into the last few now, actually. We're on to Wipeout. I did that completely wrong, but you'll get the point. Suffolk is next, and it was a Wipeout, as I just said. We keep the bloopers in on this channel, that's what we like. But yes, the Vekoma Boomerang that opened in 2007, really good coaster by the looks, and I'm hoping to ride this year, might not, we'll see. I was going to ride it last year, but decided not to. Really good Vekoma Boomerang, I've still not ridden one, really want to get on one. Obviously used to operate at the American Adventure as the Missile, but got moved to Pleasurewood Hills. Obviously owned by the Looping Group. Could this go to Drayton Manor? We'll never know. I don't think it will personally, but we'll see. So there you have that, Suffolk and the Wipeout at Pleasurewood Hills. Next up is Surrey, another good coaster county. Now for me, this is the Swarm, the B&M Wing Coaster that opened in 2012 at the Thorpe Park, and it is one of the best coasters in the UK. 2012 was a great year in the UK industry, as we got this introduction of the teasers for the Smiler that opened in 2013. And it's a thrilling experience with lots of theming, lots of fun elements like the incline loop, the zero G roll, the dive drop. Such a classic ride there in terms of modern elements. I think it's a really good coaster, my number 5 in the UK, and the best coaster in Surrey by a long way. So yes, that's Surrey, is the Swarm. Next up is Tainan Weir, which is Crash Test, what seems to be a spinning coaster that opened last year, I think, at Ocean Beach Pleasure Park. Another little family spinning coaster, not much more to say. Standard layouts, simple coasters. So yeah, that's Tainan Weir. Next up is Warwickshire. Now, it's a bit of a joke between me and Jake, theme park Jacob, as we both live in this county, and we have one coaster. And I'm proud of that coaster. I've ridden it, get it up on screen now. It is Runaway Train, the 2016 SBF Visa Double Helix coaster. If I would say, was I not to read that? Because I know it so well, because it's a classic. I've ridden it once in December last year, it was the last coaster I've ridden, and that was back in 2020 still. I haven't got on one this year because of COVID restrictions, but yes, what a little kiddie coaster. I'll love it forever. I'll remember that ride for a long time. Good kiddie coaster, not much more to say. So yeah, that's Runaway Train in Warwickshire. Next up is West Midlands, and this is also another one. We saw one of these in the first episode, the first part, and it's called Skytrack, Go Kids Go, and it's a kiddie flying coaster. It's one of those where I think you lie down in the coaster. Obviously there's no pictures on RCDB. Good luck there, Robert. And yeah, it's another one of those kiddie coasters you find in like the indoor amusement parks. Like there's play areas in there, might be a few trampolines. But yeah, it's a kiddie coaster, kiddie flying coaster. Opened in 1992, I think it was. Looks like alright, nothing special. So that's in West Midlands. On to the penultimate one though now. And that's West Sussex. And that's Ocean Coaster, a wacky worm at Harbour Park. I've seen this coaster in myself, but I've never ridden it, unfortunately, because it was back in mid-2018. And it was, I couldn't be bothered to get a wristband to go on it. But yeah, it's a wacky worm. It's a wacky worm. There's so many wacky worms in kiddie coasters on this list, but we move. And finally, leading up the rear is Worcestershire Rhino coaster, another one I've ridden. The Vekoma Junior coaster opened in 1992 at West Midlands Safari Park. Now, this is a great coaster for kids, for families, for anyone who just likes a coaster. They're really quite decent coasters, these small Vekomas. I'm not going to lie, nothing wrong about it. Sharp brakes, not very good leg room for tall people like me. But yeah, solid coaster, really enjoyable. Can't wait to ride it again, either this year or next. Not sure when I'll next head back down to the park. But yeah, that wraps up this video actually. Now, I'm just going to explain. Obviously, this was the second part of the first video, so I'll in the description below, I'll put the first video. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out. There's some decent coasters in that one actually. A lot more varied from just roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully you're going to get another video out in the next week or so. That's what I'm trying to do at the minute through lockdown. One video a week. Hope you're enjoying them. I'm loving the support. If you please can just subscribe, it would mean a lot. And yeah, thank you all for watching. And that from me is goodbye.